Hi guys, hope all you are fine. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss one very important chapter. This one everybody asking in this industry, that is AWS or CSWIP Welding Inspector Certification course. Which one is the best? Which one we need to do? So this video, it will be clear for you. So don't skip this video from the beginning to end. It will be details comparison is there, so you will get the clarity in this chapter or in this video. So the important thing is, I'll explain actually what the main comparison and which are you can choose. So let's start. The American Welding Society, that is called AWS in the USA, and the Welding Institute, that is called TWI, the Welding Institute, or you call the CSWIP Certification Scheme of Welding Inspection Personnel in the UK, introduced the first Welding Inspector Personnel Certification Scheme in 1976. So there is two organizations, one is AWS, another is TWI. So two are the different country, one from the American, another from the UK. So both are introduced the first time in Welding Inspector Personnel Certification in 1976, and these schemes are very popular and accepted in the worldwide. So you can see if you go everywhere now, it is mandatory requirement. You need to have one Welding Inspector Certification course. It may be AWS, it may be CSWIP. But which one is in which country is required? What is the main comparison? What is the basic difference? That I will discuss today. So continue to watch the full video, then you don't miss out the any opportunity or anything, you miss out the actual information. So however, everybody have the question, which one is the best if I do the certification scheme AWS or CSWIP? So question is coming, we have the AWS certification course, we have the CSWIP certification course. So which one you need to do? So that question will be today, we'll give the details on comparison as a technical basis. First is we should know the purpose of welding inspector. What is the purpose of welding inspector? Why we do the welding inspection course? The original purpose of welding inspector qualification and or certification scheme was to ensure a supply of top level quality control personnel. So we need this certification because of to ensure a supply of top level quality control personnel. Now the question is coming, first you should know what is top level quality control personnel. Then what is the quality control personnel duty? So meaning is top level quality control personnel meaning you need to control the welding quality as per specification. It may be AWS, it may be CSWIP, or it may be client specification. So be note that you need to control the welding quality as per specification. It may be AWS, it may be CSWIP, or it may be client specification. That's why we need some certification to control the quality. Which one? Introduced by USA or UK. It may be TWI, it may be CSWIP, it may be CWI. AWS, CWI. So you understand the top level quality control personnel meaning. Now, before I start the AWS scheme, what is this? I need to tell one thing. Quality inspector, what need to follow? I am not going inside that before welding, during welding, after welding, it is not requirement. I am telling as a basic view, if you are a quality inspector certification course, means welding inspector certification course you have, what you need to follow? So that the thing is, three part you have to follow always. One is QC part, another is QA part, another is the management details. So the three parts is very important. One is QC, another is QA, and the some managerial works you may need to do. So this is very important. Now we'll go the AWS scheme. What is the AWS scheme? We need to know before we start the comparison. This scheme for certified welding inspectors, that is CWI, is described in documents AWS P5.1 specification for the qualification of welding inspector. So the details in the documents you can find out for specification for qualification of welding inspector, you can find out from AWS B5.1. This is for the specification, and if you need the standard for AWS certification of welding inspector, then you need to go the AWS QC1. So this is very important. One is for specification, another is for the standard. Welding inspectors in this scheme are qualified in three levels. So there is three level in AWS scheme. One is Associate CWI, Associate Certified Welding Inspector, another is Welding Inspector, another is Senior CWI, Senior Certified Welding Inspector. So three level is there in AWS schemes. You understand now? The AWS scheme is very both in the USA and abroad. So in the both area in USA and abroad, it is very popular. But last I will tell which one course in which country is very popular. Now you understand the AWS scheme. Now I'll go the TWI, the Welding Institute, the CSWIP scheme. What is this? This is a very popular British scheme sponsored by the Welding Institute UK. So this is the British scheme and this is sponsored by who? The Welding Institute UK. Also there is also three level. First is Visual Welding Inspector, second is only Welding Inspector, and third is the Senior Welding Inspector. So this is very important. You need to know the three inspector level is there. One is Visual Welding Inspector, another is only Welding Inspector, another is Senior Welding Inspector. It is described in documents. If you find out the requirement, what is the requirement for CSWIP scheme or certification, you can find out CSWIP WI-WI-692 and CSWIP WI-191. So this is the very important documents. You need to get all the requirement in this course and is accredited by UKAS under ISO IEC 17024. In addition, if you can say TWI CSWIP administrators, the specialized there is biggest welding inspector scheme in cooperation with natural grid. So there are also the scheme, very good scheme, very good that is coating inspector, you can say the biggest is there. So will not go discuss for biggest, we'll go only discussion about the welding inspection. So you understand the TWI CSWIP scheme. This is very popular British scheme and this is also three level, same as the AWS. This is also very popular in the abroad and other countries. Now you understand the AWS and CSWIP scheme. What is this general idea? Now we'll go the comparison. What is the requirement in AWS and CSWIP? We'll go one by one. So I'll go first level 1. If you go the level 1, one is, we can say in level 1, you see here, level 1 we can call CSWIP 3.01, another is called AWS. So this CSWIP 3.0 is designation. What is this? This is called Visual Welding Inspector, and Certified Associate Welding Inspector. So this designation is different for level 1 both. One is called Visual Welding Inspector, another is called the CAWI, Certified Associate Welding Inspector. This is for the level 1. You can call in CSWIP 3.0 or it was AWS. What is the experience required for this qualification? For this certification, you can say, if you go experience CSWIP 3.0, it is not required, nothing required. It is, but sometimes it is mandatory. It should recommended by CSWIP that you should go undergone a 6-month training of the industrial training. It is mandatory or it should recommended, but it is not added as a specific requirement for experience for this CSWIP 3.0. If you go the AWS, it is required for 2 years, 6 months to 2 years. In this 6 months to 2 years, there is so many designation or so many qualification is required. So many qualification are there. As depends on qualification, you need your experience. So you understand the experience in CSWIP 3.0, there is not a specific requirement, but in AWS there is required 6 months to 2 years. Now we'll go education. In education, you see here CSWIP 3.0 there is no need education, but in AWS there is required the high school or college or in degree, whatever is there. So there is requirement in AWS high school, college or degree. Training, you need training for CSWIP 3.0? Yes, 24 to 32 hours training is required for the CSWIP 3.0. In AWS there is no need any training. But you can do, there is so many agencies there, you can do training from there from them, but there is not a specific requirement for this specific training program. Written CSWIP 3.0, there is not any written for CSWIP 3.0, but in AWS if you go CAWI, that is 242 multiple choice question is there. Remember, 242 multiple choice question is there in AWS, but in CSWIP 3.0 there is not any written is there. And last is practical. Practical in CSWIP 3.0, 2 welds, that is very important, one bar, another fillet weld. So this is the CSWIP 3.0 requirement for practical, and AWS if you see there is no need any practical. So this is the requirement different from CSWIP and the AWS, CSWIP 3.0 and CAWI. So you understand this is the level 1 comparison. This is the level 1 comparison. Basically it is the only difference in experience, education and the practical. Experience need, it varied actually month from 2 years, 6 months to 2 years, depends on his qualification. And practical, if you go the practical for AWS, it is there is 40 question is there, but the question is coming from where it is not that directly they are giving the plate or pipe as like CSWIP. No, they are giving the procedure qualification record like PQR, like NDT. So they are giving some questions, they are giving some spec. So all these things they will give to you, and from there they will give some question and you need to find out, you need to answer that question. So this is also the, you can say the MCQ like. So this is not the direct like practical plate they are giving to you or practical anything. So you understand the level 1 now. Now we'll go to level 2. So in level 2, what is the designation? Welding Inspector 3.1. So first one is 3.0. Now we'll go for CSWIP 3.1, that is Welding Inspector. And the AWS we can call CWI, Certified Welding Inspector. So you understand the level 2 In CSWIP it is called WI 3.1 and AWS it is called the CWI. Experience, if you go the direct entry means there is no require any experience, you are going to direct. So minimum requirement in CSWIP 3 years. This is industrial experience required, that you have the welding experience. And AWS it is 3 years to 5 years it is required, based on the depends on the qualification. If you go experience at level 1 means you have level 1, after that you are going to level 2. So what is the experience is required? How much year? How many years? 2 years. So 2 years is required. And AWS it is not required. Education in CSWIP is not required. But in AWS there is high school, college, or you can say the degree or anything is there. In that education qualification, the experience level or experience years will be different. Training CSWIP, definitely there is 5 day seminar is there, that is training is sponsored by CSWIP TWI. But in AWS there is no mention any certificate, there is no any training is there. Still I am telling to you, this is important that you should have first prepare 10 or 15 days training from a certified agency, then you can book for the level 2 exam. Written is 90 MCs there. If you go in CSWIP 3.1 there is 90 multiple choice question is there, and AWS 242 multiple choice question is there. So this is the different. Here is 90 MC, here is 242 multiple choice question is there. And practical, if you go 2 welds, you can need to review 2 macros and 2 bends. You need, there is practical things are there, plate is there, 2 macros is there, 2 bend is there. You need to review them and you need to write what is the defect is there, all these things. And if you go AWS there is no any practical. So this is the level 2, you understand what is the requirement, what is the actual requirement in CSWIP and AWS, what is the comparison. From here you understand level 1, you understand level 2 understand. Now there is the certification requirement level 3. So level 3 is designation we can call welding inspector 3.2, and the AWS you can say senior certified welding inspector. So this is the different. Experience, if you go the direct entry, 5 years it is required in the welding experience as a supervisor or as an inspector. In AWS 15 years, 13 years to 15 years, it depends on the qualification. It may vary. Experience at level 2, if you have the level 2, after that you want to do WI 3.2, so it require only 2 years for the welding inspector 3.2 course, and AWS there is not required. Education is not required for CSWIP 3.2, but high school, college, or diploma or whatever degree it's required in AWS. Training, 5 day training is seminar is required, same like CSWIP 3.1, but in AWS there is not any training is there. Not any training is specified, means not training is there, means it is not specified in the standard. Written narrative, this is very important, there is not MCQ is there, this is narrative question is there in CSWIP 3.2, means welding inspector 3.2. Here you can get in AWS 200 multiple choice question is there. So written, narrative, and 200 multiple choice question. And practical, you can say in CSWIP you can get some special type of practical, one is like fabrication drawing, TWI specification. From there you can get the questions, and after that you need to give that answer. In AWS there is no any practical. And last one is radiographic interpretation, that is called the special CSWIP, you can get the detailed CSWIP WI 692 paragraph 4.1. So you can get the details radiographic interpretation what is the requirement, but in AWS it is not required. So you understand there is so many things are there in different in AWS and CSWIP. Basically you can say experience, the exam, the training, all these things are different. If you go AWS CWI book, you can get the details. Each qualification have different experience need. So you can understand the if you go the AWS CWI book, you can get the all the details. So at last, what we can say? At last we can say that there are not any major differences between AWS and CSWIP. Only different relevant in experience, training and exam. So this is only the different. So we can categorize like this way. So after that we finalize this way. One for beginner, another is basic, another is standard. If you go in AWS, you see AWS and this is CSWIP. So beginner it means that is course is CAWI Certified Associate Welding Inspector, and CSWIP 3.0 this is Visual Welding Inspector or level 1. So we can call this is for beginners, and basic means Certified Welding Inspector, and CSWIP is CSWIP 3.1 Welding Inspector or level 2. So this is the basic course, and standard course we can say the Certified Senior Welding Inspector, that is called the SCWI we can say in AWS, and CSWIP we can say CSWIP 3.2. So in that case we are categorized like this way only: beginners, basic and standard. So there is no basic difference, there is no major difference in AWS CSWIP. Only the formal requirement is the only difference, that is experience, that is training and that is exam. So you understand the full video. At last I can say, as per my experience, if you go in Middle East, really in Gulf, Middle East country and the Gulf, CSWIP is very popular, and if you go in USA or Canada, it is AWS is very popular. Now why in CSWIP and AWS is popular in different country? That is their requirement. It is the depends on the country requirement. However, why we choose all across CSWIP more than AWS certification? As the course is very well, CSWIP is very well elaborated and easy to understand, and the very important, there are practical things that they like plate, pipe, macro, so we can get the lots of knowledge from there, like from Deco and the weld defects. So you can get, that is a brief knowledge you can get from there. So you understand now AWS and CSWIP what is the main thing, what course we need to do. You can go, if you go Middle East and if you want to settle in Saudi or Dubai, then definitely I will suggest you do CSWIP, not AWS. But if you are going to some USA or Canadian area, then definitely you need to do AWS. So better first you do CSWIP, then after that if you need to go in another area, if your future plan is there, then definitely you need to do AWS course. So these two courses, they as usual the same course, but the different things are there: training, exam preparation, all these things. These are the main difference. So if you really like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe my channel so you don't miss out the very important video in future. And you can engage here Facebook page, Instagram page and the Twitter page. You can engage here, which link is here. Also you can get this link from the description of this video. All this video from the beginning. If you have any query, just comment on this my video comment box. So thanks a lot. Take care and see you soon.